So many recent disasters, notably the earthquake in Morocco and the flooding in Libya. Children are often at the center of so much of that suffering. UNICEF's executive director, Catherine Russell, joins us now. Catherine, thank you so much for coming on the show. You've reported that more than 300,000 children were affected by the flooding in Libya alone. How is UNICEF working to help children impacted by these natural disasters in both Libya as well as Morocco?
Well, thank you. And yes, I mean, the challenges in Libya and Morocco they're very different, but they're really profound for children. What happens in these situations is children are directly impacted. Certainly in Libya, we see that by this incredible flooding that was caused by the dams being destroyed. But the services that they rely on are so disrupted. So we see children directly impacted because, as you saw from the flooding, many were pushed out into the Mediterranean Sea. It was just a terrible, horrifying situation. And then all the services that children rely on, education, health, the rest of it, are so compromised by that. Certainly the same in Morocco by the earthquake. So it's kind of a double whammy for children, really, because they're directly impacted, and then they're impacted because they depend on the services that government provides. And those services are really dreadfully undermined by the immediate challenges and for months and months afterwards.
And let's talk about UNICEF's Sustainable Development Goals, which you hope to hit by 2030. First, explain to us what this plan aims to do.
Okay. Well, the Sustainable Development Goals, it sounds a little bit like UN gobbledygook, but the truth is the goals are such an impressive framework. International leaders came together and they decided what kind of future they wanted to have. And this is across the board, not just for children, but in terms of education and healthcare and reducing poverty and trying to say by 2030, what do we want the world to look like? But three things have come together to really make that challenging. One was COVID, which was devastating for children around the world in terms of education, pushing them into poverty, not getting their vaccinations. Second, we see just real challenges because of so many crises around the world. And then the third challenge has been climate, which interestingly has had a real impact on children.
And the latest report shows that right now 2/3 of your child-related goals are not on pace to meet their targets. In which areas are you struggling the most in trying to make headway?
Yeah, it's a few things. One is on what we call child protection, which is just basic child protection against things like violence and child marriage, other really difficult situations that children face around the world. Very devastating for children. Second is on poverty, which has been just a tough nut to crack, honestly. It's just, we see so many families in poverty, and the consequences for children, you can imagine, but they're quite dramatic, right? Children have less opportunities. They are often put into the workforce early, right? They just face real challenges because of poverty. And then third has been education, which has just, we've made progress in getting children into school in the primary age, but after that, it's really tough for children right now.
What do you plan to do, and what can others do in order to try to reach your Sustainable Development Goals by the deadline?
Yeah. Well, I think the single most important thing is that we need a commitment and real political will on the part of leaders around the world. The way UNICEF works is we work with every government where we're working, and that's in almost every country in the world, and try to help them do better. And then on top of that, I think for individuals and businesses, the private sector, everyone needs to see this as an investment in the future of the world, right? Children, it becomes sort of a cliche, right? Children are the future. But you know what? Children are the future, right? And if we don't invest in them, if we don't make sure that they are healthy and educated, that they're protected from the challenges of climate, what sort of world do we have for the future of any country, right? We're all connected to each other. All countries are dependent on each other. And we need to see this investment in children as something that is a priority for every government, every business, and every person in the world, because it's the world we are all leaving for our children as well.
Catherine Russell, we thank you so much for the work you're doing and for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Linsey. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.